Hey guys, Hey Dragon here with another video, and in today's video I want to talk about the secret to Hunter x Hunter's success. I was telling a friend the other day what Hunter x Hunter is, someone who's never watched or read the show, and it made me think. My description of Hunter x Hunter is, it's a series where the genre changes every arc, and the main character does with it. And the more I thought about it, the more it was even more complex than I'd originally thought. So I'm going to talk about it to you guys in this conceptual breakdown. Hunter x Hunter is a series that starts off as a base premise. We start off with Gon, who's trying to find his father, and as we continue along the series, the objectives and goals change. So when we look at the Hunter exam, we see that it's an arc focused around adventure. When we look at the Zodiac family arc, it's an arc focused on friendship. When we look at the Heaven's Arena arc, it's an arc based on a fighting tournament. Of course, when we've got Yorknew, it's a mafia heist type arc. Then of course, we've got the Greed Island, which is a video game RPG. We've got the Chimera Ant arc, which is a horror arc. We've got the 13th Hunter election arc, which is a political arc. Then we've got the Dark Continent Expedition arc, which is an arc focused on mystery, and the current Succession Contest arc, which is focused on political drama. So as we can see, throughout each arc of Hunter x Hunter, the theme changes. But not only does the theme change, so do the characters, so does the setting, and so does the power system. When the Hunter exam, we saw that they were all fighting using their own various techniques. Of course, Gon had the fishing rod, Killua had the skateboard, and others just used their fists. Whilst in the Zodiac family arc, it was all about training your inner strength and using brute force to get through. Of course, then we see in Heaven's Arena, it's about learning Nen and about the Nen power system. Of course, in the Yorknew arc, it was all about this new setting of Nen, the conditional Nen, using conditional settings. It was about the strategic elements of pre-planned Nen and pre-orchestrated Nen. Of course, then we've got Greed Island, where it's all about the games of the rule, the book, and it's about combining the video game RPG with the Nen system. We've got the Chimera Ant arc, where they introduced post-mortem Nen, and that was a real game changer, as was, of course, when the Succession Contest arc introduced the Nen spirits, the Nen beasts that people can have. So the power system is constantly changing, as is everything else about the story. Even the main characters. Of course, in the 13th Chairman arc, Killua was the main character. Hunter exam, it was Gon. Yorknew City was Killua. And so, what this does is it keeps everything feeling fresh. It keeps innovating on himself. Writers, when they're making a story, they've got this thing called writer's block, where they've run out of ideas. And I was talking to a friend about this, where you can't talk to someone about the same thing forever. At some point, you reach a limit, you reach an end. At some point, a story stops being able to improve and find new ways of innovating. This is my opinion that this is what's happening with One Piece, that pre-post time skip One Piece is better than the post time skip One Piece, because now it's less fresh. And the way that Togashi battles this and flips it on his head, the longer Hunter x Hunter goes, the more fresh it becomes. We see this in every single medium, that a story of a series that has 9, 10 films, that has so-and-so episodes, it ends up not keeping that same quality of content. Whilst Hunter x Hunter is essentially a different series in every single arc. Right now, there's no resemblance to the Hunter exam, and that's what makes it fascinating and good, because Togashi can keep bringing in new characters. He can find ways to bring old characters we haven't seen in a while to keep us engaged. And with this formula of 95% new stuff, 5% old stuff to keep us, keep our attention, it fixes the JoJo problem. Now, JoJo has the exact same concept where it's constantly changing, but yet the problem is that the characters from the older arcs aren't in the newer arcs, since the time, of course, it's a different time period. And those ones that do, it's just few and far between and they're less prominent. whilst Togashi brings up on characters we cared about but didn't see enough of. In this current arc, we've got Hanzo. He's someone that we all loved and didn't see at all, and now we're learning about his Nen abilities, so even that's keeping us engaged. Of course, we've got the ever-changing Phantom Troop, who are losing members, changing members, so there's always a dynamic flow to it. Nothing stays the same. Everything in Hunter x Hunter moves no matter what's happening around them. When we saw Leorio after we hadn't seen him in a long time, he was now a Nen user with a powerful Nen ability. There's always these shocks and surprises. For instance, we still haven't seen what's happened with Zushi and Wing. We haven't seen what's happening with Gyro. So there's always room for the story to improve and to expand. And it's this setup that makes me think of a Bible verse. The story about the man that built his house on the rock rather than the man that built his house on sands. The thing is, because Hunter x Hunter is built on this concept of amelioration and innovation as the key, the fact that it's a story that doesn't wait for anyone or anything and that's constantly changing, expanding and trying out different concepts, it means it's got unlimited room to grow. It means that time actually helps Hunter x Hunter, as does the hiatus. Because what the hiatus does is it allows Togashi to really think up new ideas and to ameliorate them in his mind before he tries them out. That's why we had a hiatus before the Chimera Ant arc. That's why we had them during the Chimera Ant arc and during this current arc. The fact that now Togashi is working consistently means that he's got a clear idea of how this arc's going to go and how it's going to end. Now, when Togashi was really in his health situation where it looked like he might never come back, he gave us possible endings for Hunter x Hunter. And one of these endings was that at the end, it was going to take place in a time skip where it was one of Gon's ancestors. And that makes me just see that the series is not even limited to when or how it takes place. In fact, it's a lot more fluid than even me myself I'm thinking of at the moment. Hunter x Hunter is a series that stays because we're fans of Togashi's writing. We're fans of how Togashi does things. So you can take any aspect, you could even making a K-drama in the next arc and would still be interested. The fact that he keeps a certain level of artistic quality. When you read Hunter x Hunter, you can always tell it's Hunter x Hunter. There's this kind of flair to it, the writing style. Even though it changes and is innovative, there is a certain quality and a certain, if you want, layer to it that you can feel nostalgic that this is Togashi's work. So by this mixture of the old and the new, he's able to keep the old audience and attract a new audience. It's a key game plan for expansion and for quality. Now Hunter x Hunter is a series that we're going to see change even more. We don't even know what the continent's like. We don't know what Gyro has been up to. And the thing that makes this interesting is now we've got the concept of these Nen spirits. So how is that going to change with our characters? Togashi does things where he gives us hints at things way in advance. Of course, we saw that during the Hunter exam, Hisoka and Illumi were using Nen, and we were like, whoa, what's this mysterious power? We've seen the Zodiac family arc. The man who's the gatekeeper of the Zodiac family was using Nen as well. So we see these things in advance. In fact, we saw post-mortem Nen in advance with P2. So we keep seeing these concepts before they're fully developed. And that's what makes it interesting, is that there might be new power systems we're seeing the beginnings of now, but aren't going to be introduced until later. Now, the first thing that pops to mind is these alternate dimensions that Hanzo's currently stuck in. So it makes me think, is this going to be part of a Nen ability? Because we're seeing a lot of that kind of time travel-esque, different time space, where of course we've got Tchelinik's ability where you can look forwards in time and change how it happens. And we even got the basis of that back with Neon Yorknew with her fortune telling. So I think there's going to be a lot of almost an Attack on Titan-esque, power system later on. That'll be my prediction, is that there's something to do with manipulating time and to see who can do what in what time. Because I think that the series is really starting to become, on the trajectory we're on, of course, before it changes completely, it's starting to become more intelligent, more Death Note-esque, more he does this, so I've got to do that. It's always been an intelligent series, but we're seeing an increase in the level of detail in the writing. And I think this is because Togashi really wants to expand on it. The series, as it's progressed from, of course, the initial conception in 1997 to Hunter x Hunter being published in March 98, to become more experimental. And not just experimental, but having a broader range of themes and becoming darker when it wanted to be. And I think that as Hunter x Hunter has needed to stay the test of time, as does the very basis of the show. I talked a lot about the moving formulas and everything that's changing, but there's one aspect of how it's changing that I only see being covered on Twitter, formerly known as X. Now I'm very active in the Hunter x Hunter community there, and lots of people don't even call Hunter x Hunter a shonen anymore. They call it a soft seinen. And it makes me really think, as the series has changed, it's been changing not only genres, it's been changing just the very fundamental structure of the series. I think that Hunter x Hunter is going to stop being a shonen, at least in concept. It's probably still going to be called a shonen in name, and it's going to change to become a sign-on and keep changing to the point that we don't get burnout. Because, as I know, right, back in the day, I used to eat hash browns every single day. And at some point, it was one too many, and I never really ate them again. And Hunter x Hunter stops having people feel bored of it by constantly changing things up. That's the reason why everyone loves Hunter x Hunter. When you see someone who doesn't like Hunter x Hunter, it's because they haven't properly given it a shot. Now, Hunter x Hunter is a series it's honestly too good for its own good. Because Hunter x Hunter is a series it is hard to get into because it doesn't have that long-form content that One Piece does, or that consistent evolution where Dragon Ball, you see the Super Saiyan, so you see, whoa, he started off as that and he became that. What Hunter x Hunter does is it's nuanced, it's complex, and it's rewarding for a reader. If you show someone a page of the Succession War and they don't have any context on the series, it won't mean anything to them. For instance, that page of Haukenberg in Balsamico's body, that won't mean anything to them. But for us, Hunter x Hunter fans, it's like, whoa, this is awesome. And that's what Togashi does, as he rewards us, the reader. And that's why he shows off so many things in the volume covers. He does all this effort right now on Twitter where he's doing extra drawings for us in Hunter x Hunter. There's always little, hints and secrets and Easter eggs. Togashi goes beyond and above for us. He always lays off, casual, pop culture references. He stays up to date with things, and he keeps on giving us more than we are expecting. He made this entire video game where he made every single card of the video game. We didn't even use most of them, but he made them regardless. There's so many things where he's made his own alphabet for Hunter x Hunter in the universe. He makes it feel legitimate. The thing is, Hunter x Hunter is made as a series that you can obsess over. It's made as something where you can feel more invested in it than Togashi does himself. And Hunter x Hunter is a series where it is constantly kept quality. Not anything is let to be made Hunter x Hunter. Togashi has a very tight grip on quality control. We've seen this with Star Wars, where the more after the original 6 films were being released, lesser quality films got released, and that polluted the entire series. Now when people think of Star Wars, they don't think of this modern masterpiece anymore. And that's what Hunter x Hunter does so well, is that both the anime adaptations are incredible. And they are some of the best adaptations in the history of anime, to be honest. Of course, we've got a brilliant, pilot episodes. And the 2 movies, whilst not exceptional, are a lot better than the standard in anime movies for a series. So what Hunter x Hunter's done by keeping this quality over quantity is that it's made it easily accessible, not to a new reader, but to a fan. Someone who's a fan of Hunter x Hunter can consume all of Hunter x Hunter because there are no bad parts to consume. And this has made it so that Hunter x Hunter, its secret to success is its secret to not be itself. Its secret to be ever changing and to put on new layers. Hunter x Hunter as a series is a comedian, and it's a chameleon that keeps us hooked. So that was Heijugon. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed it. I was sleeping on this last night. I was thinking, that can make a good video topic. And yeah, if you've got suggestions for me, please let me know down below. I take all suggestions and I do videos of whatever you guys want me to do. I take in all suggestions. I'm currently conceptualizing in my head a Hisoka versus series where I put him up against different characters in the verse, because that got left in the comments down below. And of course, if you want to see more of my content, I've got a playlist where I've got everything from my Hunter x Hunter breakdowns like this one, the character analysis, chapter reviews, anime reviews, everything Hunter x Hunter. And I do Hunter x Hunter content every single day. I love this series. This series is my life. So yes, if you want to be part of the train of Hunter x Hunter, the greatness X greatness, please leave a subscribe and please comment your thoughts down below. I hope you're all having an amazing day. This was Heijugon. Peace out.